Yeah, Tom, obviously you guys built that lead in the first half. What do you think changed? What did you see that changed in the second half that turned the tides for the Jazz?
Well, I thought their defense got turned up a notch. So they came out, were very aggressive. I think the initial part of the defense was pretty good, but then when we gave them a second and third crack at it, it's hard to beat a team like that on the road if you were allowing the second and third shot. So that was probably the biggest disappointment. But I liked the first half. I thought we played really well, and then the second half we probably could have done a lot better in terms of our defense and giving them the second and third shot.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Tom. I mean, obviously, Austin was perfect in that first half, and then he picks up the third foul. Is there thought of, hey, let me just roll with this, or do you just have to percentages?
Yeah, we could have been, and they did a good job in the second half, which we felt we knew they would in terms of trapping him and getting the ball out of his hands, and then it becomes important for us to attack the blitz the proper way and get the second pass to create open opportunities. You want two guys on the ball, and so when you get that should mean easy offense for us, and so that's something that we're usually pretty good at.
Mike Vorkanoff, The Athletic.
Tom, you mentioned the second and third shots. They had 17 offensive rebounds, and Gobert obviously was a huge part of it. Was the trouble on the boards, was that just Gobert doing his thing, or did you see something else there?
Mike, I could barely hear you. Can you repeat that?
You mentioned the second and third shots with their 17 offensive rebounds. Obviously, Gobert is a big part of that. But was the trouble on the boards there? Was that just Gobert doing his thing, or was that something else you saw there?
Yeah, probably a compilation of things. And he's a great effort guy to the board, but we also you have to control the ball. And there was a lot of penetration that we could have done a better job with in terms of keeping the ball out of the paint and that sort of thing. So one thing leads to the other, and certainly when Mitch goes to help or Nerlens goes to help, we have to get a sink into his body where he can't jump, and sometimes we didn't get that, and so it's all tied together, and it's five guys working as one, and if one guy breaks down, it's going to show. So that was part of it.
Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom, when Austin picks up that third foul, was there any thought in leaving him out there considering how hot he was?
Yeah. And, I just felt like at that stretch, because of the way it was going for us offensively, I thought we would do what we did. But it did cross my mind to leave him out there.
Barbara Barker, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, four tough games in a short period on the road with this team. I mean, is there anything in particular? I mean, what did you learn from this, and can some positives be taken away?
Yeah, we knew going into the trip it was gonna be a tough stretch, and it would be a good test for us. And the games reveal exactly where you are. So I thought we played really well in the Golden State game, and then the challenge was to be ready for the next night on a back-to-back in Sacramento. And so in that game, I felt we had a chance to win down the stretch, and we didn't pull it out. And then the Portland game, we fell behind big early, but I thought we fought and played very well in the second half. And then, in this game, we knew right from the start, Utah's playing as well as anyone in the league. And so I thought our aggressiveness to start the game was very good. And then we didn't sustain it for 48 minutes. And that's something we're still working towards. So as you mentioned, there are a lot of good things and certainly some things that need to be corrected. And I want our focus to be on our daily improvement. And if we're doing the right things each and every day, we'll continue to get better and better.
Mike Vaccaro, New York Post.
Tom, it wasn't long ago that you were in a similar situation, kind of a losing streak, and you guys found yourself pretty, right away and kind of turned things around. you're kind of curious to see what this group's going to be like over the next couple of games, next week or two, just to see how they respond to this little stretch here?
Yeah, and it doesn't, the games keep coming and the challenges keep coming. So, and you want to, develop a routine in terms of preparation that will allow you to continue to grow. And so each and every team in this league is capable of beating you, and you have to be ready. And so regardless of what your schedule is, when that ball goes up, you got to find a way to win. And we want to develop that mentality, and we want to continue to try to build the right habits. So it's been unusual for us in terms of where we've been with our schedule, but that's not uncommon. There's in the NBA, there's different stretches. Everyone has those stretches in their schedule, and it's how you handle them. So we've had some adversity. We fought through it. We've bounced back, and we're going to have to bounce back again.
Last question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, you were talking about Gobert before. We talk a lot about what Mitchell can be someday, but can he right now, is that sort of the goal, what Gobert does on both ends?
Well, I think and if you went back and you studied the team, Utah, their foundation was built on their defense, and it started with Gobert. And then they were a defensive team first, and then each year they've been able to build with really solid continuity. And now today they're one of the elite teams in the league, but there were steps that they had taken along the way. But it started with their defense and their unselfishness. And guys have gotten better. Rudy's gotten a lot better. Drafting Donovan has been terrific. Finding a guy like Ingles has been huge for him. Signing a free agent like Clarkson. This team is very well put together. They can hurt you off the dribble. Conley was terrific off the dribble for him. Mitchell's very, very tough off the dribble. Joe Ingles, he's got great size. I like wings that have that type of size and play make like he does, because it gives them another point guard on the floor and it makes other people better. And Rudy keeps constant pressure on the rim.